amazes me how much small detail changes the feel of a room when you're restoring and renovating it. And this week we have put in the baseboards and the crown molding in the ensuite bathroom, or most of them, and it's made such a difference to the feel of the room. It feels so much more put together, so much more elegant. And it's those small details that really make a big difference, and it's so great now to start to see those go in and to see the rooms come together. So today we started working on our baseboards for the suite upstairs, and although we are able to save some of the baseboards, there are some that we're not able to save. So we have been looking at a cost-effective way that we can create a baseboard that has impact, but doesn't break the bank, because obviously we're not made of money. So we've come up with this solution where we have cut pieces of MDF. So we've got sheets of 8-foot MDF. We've cut them into these sections, and then we have picked up this molding that will sit on top. So essentially you'll have the baseboard, which is going to be the piece of MDF, and then you'll have the molding on the top. So we've just been outside today and we have cut all our MDF sheets into these 6.5-inch sections, and I'm now painting them. So I'm on my first coat, and since there's not many warm rooms in the house right now, it's pretty cold. I've made myself a little makeshift painting station here in the reception room. So the fire's on over there, so it's nice and warm. And I have my sawhorses and I have all my pieces, and I'm painting them all up, and then we're gonna let them dry, and then I'll do my second coat. And then Stephen will take them upstairs and start fitting them into the suite, the dressing room and the ensuite in our master suite. So I will record how that all goes and show you what they look like when they're all on the wall.
The baseboards are up. They still need their final top coat of paint and a little bit of silicone along the bottom to fill a couple of gaps in, but they really pull the room together, and we even have some up in the dressing room. The crown molding in our ensuite is also now up, and it's really starting to take shape. It's so interesting how the small details of baseboard and crown molding can make such a difference to the room. And with its final coat of paint now put on, it just all ties in seamlessly.
So we've just been working on getting our dresser all cleaned up and refinished, and it's always fun to find interesting things when you are restoring a house. And when we took all the drawers out, what we found stuffed right in the back here was this really cool shirt, and it's got VIP shirt service, and it says to help men look their very best. So you can see it's actually got paper on the back. It's all actually falling apart a little bit, but I'm going to keep it because I just love the old taglines they used to use and the wrapper. And yeah, obviously someone had their shirt, they stuffed it in the back of the dresser and then forgot about it. So it's come all the way from somewhere, and it's now here. So that was our kind of cool find this week. And we're now working on getting this unit all ready to be used. So we've been polishing it up, cleaning it up. And one of the things that we've been using for that is this Beeswax Orange Oil. Now, we have lots of old furniture in the manor, and over the years we've collected it, and some of it's in really good condition, some of it is in really not great condition. But one thing we always try and do is to do whatever we can to preserve it well, but also to make it look really nice. And we came across this product, this called Touch of Beeswax with orange oil, and it is the absolute best thing ever. We have used it on so many pieces of furniture that just look really old and tired, and the wood doesn't look good. You put some of this on, rub it in, wax it in, and it just brings the wood back to life. It's just phenomenal. So in fact, we've just run out because we love it so much. We've used it on all sorts of furniture, old, new. If you've got any wood that you want to look fantastic, you need to try this out because we just love it. In fact, next time we're buying an extra big bottle because we use it so much. But this is what we've been using on this dresser, and it's really come up so well. You always see pieces of furniture when we buy them. This one we got at the auction, and it's, you know, you see them and you're like, oh, it has so much potential, it's going to look so beautiful, and you know it's going to take some work. And obviously with this dresser, this one's got so much detail that we really want it to shine. And so after we vacuumed all the dust and we cleaned it up and we're fixing all the little pieces that got you know, broken or are missing, and then we put this on at the end, and it just makes all the difference. So I thought I would share what we use because we get asked this a lot. I get people all the time asking me what product I'm using or a suggestion for something that we do. So this is probably one of the best things that we've ever found, and we try and we love it. So I thought I would share it today. And yeah, we're now working on getting the mirror. We obviously took the mirror off to clean it up. So we're now going to work on getting that all, use some of this once we order some more. Well, we've ordered it, it's on its way. Once we get some more of this, we can get the mirror and we'll get this big piece put into place in the dressing room.
The good thing about this polish is that it's a mixture of citrus oil and beeswax. So the citrus oil refinishes the wood, but it soaks in. So the beeswax gives it a bit of shine and seals it so it lasts longer.
So it's better than some of the other products that just kind of soak into the wood and then don't leave a nice finish, right?
Exactly. And much better than some of the cheap furniture polishes.
And it looks amazing. It's amazing how well some of the old pieces of furniture that we have in the house have come up with this wax or whatever you want to call it.
Just look at the before and after. You can see the piece on the right is before we use the oil, on the piece on the left is after, and it makes such a big difference. And if you want to try this out and use it on some of your wood, I've put a link in the information below this video that gives you the link to where we purchased it. Just look at all the snow we got this week. We had a day where it pretty much snowed all day, and unfortunately Stephen had to dig out his car before he had to go to work. And we were very grateful for our snowplow this week. But after the snowstorm and we got everything cleared up, the sun came out and it was just beautiful. Seeing the manor surrounded by a blanket of snow, it was just really pretty. Very cold, but beautiful.
So I've been working on the colour of the doors in our bedroom of our suite. And you will probably have seen yesterday I posted on Instagram and Facebook a picture of this door because I was trying to decide what colour was best to paint it. And I'd started off with this lighter colour, it's called Cathedral Taupe. It's a fusion paint, and both of these colours are two of my favourite colours. So it wasn't a matter of do I like the colour, it was which is the best one for the door. So I started with the lighter colour because I thought that would be best. But when I started painting, I realised it was quite close to the grey of our wall, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I wasn't sure whether it needed a bit more of a contrast. So I decided that I would paint the rest of the door with the damask pink. And because it obviously gives this contrast. And the damask pink is actually literally one of my favorites. I just love this color, and it's the color that we've used on the bottom of the tub in the dressing room, so it really ties well with the suite, and it does give a beautiful contrast to the gray of the wall. So I decided to paint the two colors and then come back the next day and decide which one I was going to go with. And we had so many comments. Thank you to everyone who commented and gave their idea and their opinion as to whether we should go lighter or darker. It was really fun to see everyone's ideas and thoughts. And I know everyone's really curious as to whether we've gone or we're going with the lighter or the darker. And there is a very specific reason we've made our decision. And I'm going to show you why, but we have actually decided to go with the lighter color. And like I say, it isn't just random, it is very specific. And so I'm going to show you why we've chosen to go with this lighter color. So I've just finished painting the first coat of the lighter colour on the rest of the door, and we'll now silicone this up at all the gaps, and then we'll do a second coat. But I want to show you the reason why we chose the lighter, and it's this. So this is the material that we are using for our curtains in this room, and it's this beautiful, it's a French toile material, and it's got this gorgeous kind of raspberry colour in it. And so after looking at the damask and the cathedral taupe, we decided that we wanted this material and the colour in this material to be the star of the show in this room. And we decided that that's the reason why we chose to go with a lighter colour on the doors. So the doors aren't a main feature, and this beautiful material that will be on the curtains, and then we're going to use a material that tones in with that, because we're going to put a bed crown above the four-poster bed with material as well. So we wanted that to be the star of the show, so that's why we've decided to go with a lighter colour. So these are the doors that came off the bedroom and the dressing room in our suite. And they're actually, when we've taken off all the paint, they're actually in pretty good shape. And so I've been working on this one on stripping all the paint off. I've still got this one to go, but one of the things we've learned about restoring a big house like this is that first of all, you take off a lot of doors. Secondly, if you do not label them, you never find a door again. So we actually have come up with a very technical way of labeling our doors with painter's tape. And I tell you, painter's tape works for so many things. It's kind of like tuck tape. Both tapes are really very, very useful. But anyway, so this is, you can see we've put this Parisian bedroom, that's our Parisian suite. And I've actually written too short. Because one of the things we found is that even though these are the doors that were on the door when we bought the manor, it doesn't mean they actually fit. Some of them are too short, some of them have big gaps at the bottom, some of them have big gaps at the top. This one you can see, they've actually cut a piece of wood and just stuck it on the top to make it fit. So we're going to be taking that off. And so this one's too short, this one's not high enough, so we're going to be replacing and restoring that so both of them fit properly. And then we'll get them painted up and put back on the doorway. So I'm going to get back to working on this one, get the rest of this paint off, and then Stephen can do his magic in getting those pieces put on so the doors actually fit. So with all the paint now finished in the bedroom, the dressing room and the ensuite bathroom, we've done all our trim in 2 coats. We have the ceiling done, we have 1 coat to do on the door, and then I've got to get these 2 doors back onto hung on the doors. We're going to get that done in the next couple of days. The next step is to get the floor stained and top coated, and we are getting very, very close to being able to start work on the 4-poster bed, which is my next job for this week, along with the vanity for the bathroom. I was hoping to start that this week, but with all this painting, I haven't had a chance. So this week, I'm going to be working on the vanity for the ensuite and the 4-poster bed. So I look forward to showing you what I am working on and how that all turns out next week. So I will see you on the next episode of the Lady Smith Manor Diaries.